Recording in progress.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Okay, we continue this continue lesson 18 on the syntax of Pali. Okay, this is where we stop. Okay. So the number two, if you look at the number two carefully, normally the structure of the Pali is the last important verb you usually place last. So if you
You
got
say it's main verb, Brother Alfred.
you can use the main verb lah. The main verb. So if what if a single object, a single subject is doing more than one action, so all the other action usually were put in a gerund form. You see, that means in this particular case, if you look carefully, this is a Pali gerund. In front there will be object, and then this is the gerund, and then this is the object, and then you see here. Can you see this one? This is a gerund. Okay, so there are two gerund close to each other. So these two gerund will take one object. You can mix two gerund can take one object. A subject can take many verbs, and you remember this is the rule. This is the gerund take object. This is gerund take object. Gerund to take object. So if you're going to split it, so in the classification, they will say it's an extension of the verb. This is a verb. That means this is gerund take object. Gerund take object. Gerund take object. Yeah. So basically, what we do is we will always identify the subject. So the subject is the hunter. Then we take the last word. We know is a past tense. So one is a past tense. You can put all the thing in front past tense. So the last one will determine the gerund, how are you going to put in. So this is the past tense, AOR. This word is AOR. Where's the last one? The last one is come, all right? The last one, you put here, verb. Agamasi. Technically, it says came lah. Came today, gaharang. So gaharang should be the object. Should be the object. So you see here, this is accusative. Accusative is always the object. Suppose, and you see like that, then you don't know what is ludo, what is the word gahara. So if you don't know, you always must refer to your dictionary. So you do like that. The M you don't have to put. Exact. So that means you know these are the possible cases. That means house, home, or householder. So in this case, you will take one of them lah. Right? So that means in this case, these three, that means alright. So this is the last action of the sentences. That means the hunter came home. So that means this should be the last. So when you put these sentences, you take the front one first. You take, in this case, you take the front one. You take. So that means you have to insert this one. That means you can use here the hunter killed a deer. This part. Second action is what you do. That means it cook the meat. Cook the meat. Then this one eat. Okay. That means cook and eat the meat. So these two should join together because this is eat. So technically you should join cook and eat the meat. Understand? And the meat. So these two, can you see the two? There is no ch here. There is no ch here. So, but even though there is no ch, it's understood because it's the meat. Then the next thing what he do? So the next thing what I do, drink water. So the past tense is drunk water. Okay. After drank the water, what will happen? So this can you see? And that means he took the remain of the meat and go home. So in this case, this one took the meat, took the remain. This one, you should then you should join with and. So we went home, and then that is how you structure. These two should be in one line. Took the remain and went home. So this is how you understand, how you translate the whole sentences. This is how you translate. So the and is not there. Okay. Any question on this? Good. So we're going to move to 95. So this one I think you can understand. So here the 95 you say the conditional participles sache, yadi, this is all. And the word interjection, interjection is just like oh, all this is so in two particles are one interjection, one. These are always placed in the beginning. And then the next one after we will see the example of it. This is a copulative. Copulative means it's and. Disjunctive means all. And all. And the condition, J is also conditional. Are never placed at the beginning. Not at the beginning. But sometimes you will say this. Sometimes you will see and how. and how it's not exactly in front, but it is something like that. So you see you see this one. Okay, sache. You see here sache. This is a sache. So sache, that means you can put at the beginning of the sentences. Here I say Pali in the beginning of the sentences. Now, before we go into this, there are some English rules. I'm going to tell you the English rules. So the English rule, this when you say one form that means technically is the syntax. We will classify under three categories. You see, if clause, that means if you're going to use the word sache or yadi, when you want to translate into Pali, there's if clause. So you can use if clause and the main clause. So that means, for instance, there is simple past, simple present, and perfect present. So in this particular case, you see a simple past. If and will always come together. If you go. So if this is the main clause, the if always or either, so it is a simple past, this is a simple future. Can you see? This is a perfect past. Would plus would have plus past participle. So you do not confuse the past participle with your Pali participle, because the word past participle is basically the English grammar. So when you want to translate Pali for the past participle, we also have to follow the past participle of the English. So the next thing you can see, you look at here. This is a typical example. The if clause starts first. If I study, I will pass the exam. So this is referred to the simple past. Now there is another way of doing it. The if is at the back. This and this is at the back. In English, you can do in this way. So when you translate Pali, if you see something like that, suddenly the if is put at the back. You don't get alarmed because this is English grammar. Because if you know, then you have no problem. If you don't know, you will run into a problem. How come? is not matching, things like that, you will start asking it because it's an English grammar. You see here, I will pass the exam here if I study. So in this case, these are the structure. You see now. I'm going to do the number one. This is the translation. It's say let me see here. Sache ahang. Let me see. This is a if. The if, then followed by the subject. This is the object. If I will go home. This is exactly like this structure. This is structure. This part if. Then followed by this. You see, so this is the first part. That means if I go home, then you see the next part. Can you see the next part? Go him is a interrogative adverb. That means if you look at this, can you see here? Samiko, technically Samiko, husband. They, yours. Of you means yours. You is yours. Where? So it normally in certain part of the Pali, the interrogative can appear in front. But in this case, it does not go in front. But however, you don't get alarmed. So if you break it down, husband of you, where? That means you understand where is your husband. Understand? So this part of the translation is the most difficult because you read the Pali, you straight away you can understand husband of you. Names so you reverse is your husband where. So the where you in English you have to put the where in front. You have to insert the verb to be. The verb to be. In Pali, the verb to be is automatically understood. You can understand autonomy understood that means you don't see here, you didn't see in between there is a verb to be. Now I'm going to give you one example. One example in a is in a Chinese what do you call it, a syntax. You see this one. Okay, 会议非常重要. You never see the verb to be, in English. The Pali, the Mandarin and the Pali has the same structure. You see, 非常 means is very. 重要 means very important. 会议 is the meeting. That means you say meeting very important. There is no verb to be. Meeting very important. Technically, meeting very important. But however, when you translate into English, the verb to be, because there are all nouns here, there's all noun here. So you need a verb to be, and then you need possessive noun to insert. If you're going to ask why like that, you run into trouble already. You run into trouble. Now, this is one typical Chinese syntax. I will show you another one. You see, 我很喜欢 this. 我 is I subject. 很 that means is very. 喜欢 there is no the verb here is 喜欢 like. I like. The it is not there. Is it not? The it is not there. This is exactly when you do a translation from whether Chinese or Pali into English, you will know what to put in. That means like, I like it. That means it's an object. This is subject, verb, and object. This is a typical English grammar. No, you have to follow the English grammar, not the Chinese grammar. But when we speak Mandarin or understand Mandarin, there are a lot of verb to be. No need to be. It's not there one. Understand? If you understand what I'm trying to say, then you see another thing. You see, I'm going to this one. 电影 means is a movie. 特别 means is 特别 is very also of 特别 is very. 好看 if you take this word one to one, 好 is good or nice. 看 is to see, nice to see. But when you translate it, you are not going to say, oh, the show especially nice to see. You will say the movie is wonderful. You see or not? So you translate the meaning to English. The one is the most appropriate. Then that is the correct syntax. You if you try to match one to one like what you do in the Pali, one to one is only the starting point. But final English translation, it doesn't work that way. One if you follow that, you will find that you will run into cannot match. So that is not necessary. You can see even when so technically, Chinese educated should be able to translate Pali better than the English educated. You know, because the application is quite similar to the Pali. Any question on this? So you can see the structure, the structure. I won't go into Mandarin because myself is also I don't know Mandarin. That's why I have to use this pinyin. This is a pinyin. All right, go back to here. Pinyin, okay. All right. Now, so you look this one, this part that I explained earlier. You look at the number two, the number two, you can see this is the if in front. Now, this is the if at the back, which fit into this scenario. So this and this will give you why translation follow the English, not follow the Pali. Pali, you read, you know the meaning. You see, this follow this scenario. This one follow the top scenario. So this is very important. So if the reason why it's like that is when we study English during our school day, we don't study structure like that. We learn until we remember that we are able to read and write. That's all. But when you want to do translation, we must follow a grammatic rule of Pali as well as grammatic rule of English. Otherwise, you are not able to do it. So you see here, I'm going to use so here. You can use it the word yadi. Yadi has a multiple meaning lah. Yadi paname. So yadi paname. That means if you look at it, this is in decline. This one can you see this is the subject. This is case 6. And then you look at this is objective, and then this comma dot, and this is a PPP. So if you take the structure of this, you see the arrangement. Jivita seyo. Jivita seyo. That means jivita seyo. That means you can seyo is better. Jivita is what? Technically, you look at here. I do. You can see. You can see. Can you see here? If. Okay. If. Okay. Can you see the word parajayo? This technically, this is a subject. This is a subject. If defeat. Can you see this word? Would be. If defeat would be. Can you see this word? For me. If defeat would be. If defeat would be for me. Technically, if that means when you rearrange this line, it means if I am defeated. Why? You follow the structure. You follow this structure. You follow this structure. You follow this structure. So it becomes if I am defeated. You get what I mean? So now you understand defeated. Then you see after that, the next line, the matame. Matame means, can you see? Death to me. Death to me. Can you see? Jivita. Jivita, this is a long A, which means this is ablative. From life, better. Okay, dead to be from life better. That means this one, it will mean that better die than living. So I tell you, this type of translation, you cannot get a meaning. It's very hard. This is the meaning. You take one to one, I tell you, you really blur one. If nobody explain to you using a good English grammar, I tell you, you cannot figure out. This is the structure that you look at this. you look at this, because here it's not going to explain to you how it's going to be translated, but it will tell you that, oh, there are some structure that you follow, you know, if has to be in front, such a in front, but comes to translation, you totally lost. You get what I mean? So these are the few examples. You look at my workout and then you're able to figure out the meaning. Just like just now I explained the Mandarin, meaning with at the end of the day we translate the meaning. We don't care about how it looks like in the structure. Structure we can see something out, but we cannot translate very well. Okay, any question up to that? I think it's a bit difficult for this section. Okay, if no question, I'm going to move to the next line. Next line. Okay. Papang C Puriso Kaira. 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 So if you look at here, that means this is, should be the object. This is the if. This is the subject. This is a potential. Potential. Okay. Then anatang kaira puna. Okay, puna punang. Can you see the word puna and puna again? Puna punang. Again and again. This is on the object. Again again. Now, how? Okay. So if you take here, can you see here? Yeah, we will put this in front. It is because I mentioned that there are two ways of using if. One is in front as an if clause, then you put the main clause at the back, or you can take the if you put at the bottom. So you follow that two structure. Go back to here. Either you put the if in front for the if clause, the main you put at the back, or you can put the main clause in front, the if clause at the back. Is up to you. You decide what you want to do with it. So these are the two structures. All right. So follow the structure number one. You can see, that means if. This is if. Man. Can you see the word kaira? Kaira means potential is should do. Okay, subject, verb, object. You see that? Should do. Should do what? Papang is evil. If a man should do an evil. We don't care about the translation. Other people's translation. We are interested in how we get to our structure. All right. Then you see, then can you see that this na is not, then this is it, then so we use the word should, kaira, should do lah, should do. Should do. Then again. So we follow a simple basic structure. He should not do again and again. So here you perhaps you need to insert should not do it again. Just like just now the Mandarin, we have to add in the it. Remember, this is how. So if you to ask why there is a it, is the same reason that just now I explained to you in Mandarin. When you translate Mandarin to English, the it is not there. We also put the it. You can see the word it is not there. The it is not there. See that? You see, 我很喜欢 I very like I is this is I. Okay. Yeah. So in Mandarin is this is I. This is very. The 喜欢 is like. Is it not? Is it not? This is subject, English. This is the verb. There is no object in these sentences. So when you translate Mandarin, Mandarin is I very like. I very like. This is how the Mandarin look like, which is exactly looks like our Pali. It looks like our Pali. The moment it goes to English, you see, I like it very much. We have to put a subject, verb, and object. This is the object. We have to insert it in. So if you can understand this structure, and the Pali structure, and the English structure, I think you have no problem on doing a translation. See not? In this case, so the word where it, I should not do it again and again. The it refer to what? To evil. See, the word it is refer to this object. Can understand? So okay, now I think you can understand. So it's quite clear. This is very powerful structure for you to understand. Okay. So just now we talked about interjection. Here, this is the interjection. This is the interjection. So the if I already explained. So the interjection. So this is the interjection. So the interjection, can you see this is interjection? This is also all the English interjection. Okay, for instance, hey, get off that floor. The interjection. And then, oh, that is a surprise. This is interjection. Good. Now we can move on. So all this is interjection. This is okay. So this is so in Pali it has aho, aho. Okay, aho. Then you okay, in this case, you see, okay, it must mean locate in this word. Okay, then you see that this is a verb. Verb in front of the verb usually is the object one. In Pali, most of the time, that means injustice exists. Okay, so what you do is you can use this ls, oh, or perhaps you want to use oh my god. It doesn't matter lah. I think oh my god is definitely is there. Oh my god. So the short form is OMG lah. That one normally you will put in a OMG, something like that in your OMG. Oh my god. So, okay, so that means okay. So what the word here wati exists is, you see the means you can say you what you translate that means oh my god. So this injustice prevail exists in this world. Normally, Pali will use a locative in front. If you observe it carefully, Pali all this in front one, in the world first, because in the world that means this is the main important aspect. The important thing first. When you put important in this world, injustice prevail. Pali will say it upside down. But in English, it's not. Locative, excuse me, locative have to be at the end of the sentences. At the end of the sentences. So that is so this is the verb lah. So the verb here exists and prevail is up to you to choose lah. Any question on this? This is Jataka. You see the translation is a bit challenging, but as long as you know how to put it in the English. So we emphasize on putting it in the English at the prospect. So that means we always take a subject, the verb, and the object. Then you got the extension. Extension that means it can be the extension. It can be that means from. That means I came. I came is a day from somewhere. I went to somewhere. So the extent. I live in somewhere. So all these is extension. It will not never put in SVO pattern. It will put in some other pattern. So this is how you look at it. All right.
Sorry, Brother Alfred. That means when we say adjectival phrase, we don't include the extension part.
Adjectival phrase that means the subject does not consist of one word. So that means the word is man. This is subject. Then when you see adjectival, it say the man from Japan. Okay. This is adjectival already. The man from Japan is hardworking. So that means this is adjectival. No. Even though it may combine with other case, this is adjectival because this is describing it. Because you have to look at the verb to be. Verb to be will indicate this is adjectival. So you don't have to worry about the adjectival phrase. You need to worry about the structure. You get me, huh?
The
It's
man
something
from Japan is the adjectival phrase because it describes the man.
correct. So
The is hardworking, that one you don't include in the adjectival phrase lah.
that is not adjectival
Okay.
phrase. That is not
Okay. The
adjectival.
extension no need lah. Okay.
No need. So no
Okay.
need. So this is so you have to
Yeah, yeah.
be careful about that because
Ah,
English are very complicated. I tell you,
yeah.
a
The
lot of things.
adjectival phrase
Uh,
just talking, explain
uh,
the man, the subject only
uh,
lah.
because what
Okay.
I show you, a lot of English, you have never even really cross your mind during our early days of learning English. I never cross our mind. It is this way one
Mm.
until I show you. All right. So okay. Uh, so the number 5. Can you see this is also interjection? Interjection. Hato Kokeri is a Sunday. Ask me. This is, can you see? I put this ask me because to and a. It means to say this is a PPP. PPP. Okay, I say that kill. This is Hato is kill because the word is han. The word is han. Kill. Kill. Okay. So so if you based on these sentences, it's very hard for you to translate because the word han does not mean lost. I can tell you. So if you say I'm lost, am I? So that means this is asking in Mandarin 我迷路 that means I'm lost 我迷路 that means I'm lost. I lost my way. But you look at this hato, I tell you it's going to be very challenging because
From Hatta.
hata is killed.
PP.
Is skill because skill. So sometimes you see can you the word hata? Can you see the word here is kill, right? Kill, and then
Yes.
or it can be beaten, can be beaten and striking. So now, if you look at the dictionary, you look at the dictionary like that, then you look back here. I'm lost. How come? How
Mm,
does this come to be? You're
mm,
gonna ask how did it be? So you don't care about what here. You don't care what you see here. Okay. So here now the key sentence is ask me. That means is I am. I
correct.
am. So
Mm,
is I am or here is I am or am I lah. So technically I am is a present tense. Am I is a interrogative. You see, interrogative only you reverse. How do you know it's going to be interrogative or it can be either I am or am I? So it's very difficult to this. So if you say so let's say you take the word. If you say kill am I or dead am I, also is difficult. It's difficult. So if you want to take here, oh, I am injured. It sounds good, This is because if you look at here, let's say, can you see here, beaten,
trashed.
beaten or thrashed. That means if somebody wallop you, that means you injured lah. So you can put in this way lah. One way, one
Mm,
way. So that means this one hato. Here, I think if you look in another phrase of this Pali, probably it is going to indicate uh, you lost your job lah. You lost your way lah. So I think you lost your way. Say lost am I something like that lah. So this one is challenging. This one I will put like that because you cannot justify for this translation one. I can tell you because you don't know how does it derive until you see the next few line. Front back. But if you cannot, you take this one something like. Also you say you can say I'm dead. you know. I you say I'm dead. something like that lah. Okay. Okay, let me move to the next slide. Okay, okay. Ekasmin papata padea. This is a compound. Papata, papata, and plus padea. This is a compound. Compound. All right. Okay, now. So again, locative in front. Locative in front, followed by the subject. So you must remember, okay. In this case, now there is a subject. Okay, these two are the subject lah. All right. Siho and Viago, which means a lion and a tiger. All right, this is the subject. So the end, this is the one just now we're talking about. And which is the end here. Can you see? They say copulative and this is the end. So they say it never appear at the beginning. The reason it never appear at the beginning because locative is in front. It cannot be che. What he's trying to say, it cannot be che siho. It has to be siho che Viago che. You can use one che or two che. So it means that this cannot be in front. Cannot be in front of the siho. That's what it's trying to say. Now, so the next one, up to this part we have no problem. So you see this one, locative we put at the back. Pada is the foot or the feet. So this is a compound. Pataba, that means is a tapurisa compound at the foot of the mountain. So the locative is at the back. We put it at the back. So now this is going to be the challenge part. Okay, challenge part. You see here. So you will take this part. You take this part. That means subject, verb. Can you see the verb? Verb. This is the verb. Live. Okay. Live. So subject, verb. That means live in the cave. So this is a feminine now. Live in the cave. So this has to be the way. I live in Penang. I live in Malacca. Okay. Now. So then you got the last, this part you put at the end, at the foot. So in this case, how are you going to join this? Can you see this one? Ikisa. Okay. So the ikisa, that means technically it's supposed to be eka, one. Eka is one. One. Okay. Now the other word is ya and eva. Okay, ya and eva. This is going to be a typical application. You just have to remember that. So the base ya is technically is wish only. Eka isa. So let's look at ek isa, because you may not know this word. I also may not know this word. So what we do is we go into the dictionary and determine how does this word come. First, eka, ikisa, a long a here, long a. You just have to determine from scratch lah, from scratch. Can you see? Can you see? There the word card I also cannot understand.
Cardinal number.
Cardinal number. Okay, cardinal number. That means okay, correct. That means it's cardinal number. That means it comes from eka lah. That means it should be here is be instrumental. Instrumental lah. Instrumental. I confirm it. Okay. Feminine. This is a feminine. Feminine instrumental. Correct. Instrumental, dative, instrumental, dative, ablative, and genitive. For feminine, all the same, because it's a long A is a feminine, long A. That means in this particular case, okay, 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 feminine form, instrumental and dative, which means, okay, here, that means, okay, which one do you think? Technically, if you ask me, I say of one, because of one, technically of one, that is referring to one of this lah. One, so I reverse the thing out. One of the above lah. One of the above. So this is how you look at it. One of the above. One of the above. Okay. So that means in this case, a lion and a tiger. So in this case, one live in the cave. Understand? And there's a second line, which only. So which only, that means, so in English, normally, if you want to do a this is technically called a comparative. Comparative in English, but they are comparative. That means one person stay here, the other, one and the other. Normally, this one and one stay here, the other stay there. So normally, this is a typical one and other. So the other does not appear in these sentences. So it only has which only. So this is something that very difficult. So we say one, this one we identify. One live in a, so the while is also not there, which is which only at the foot of the hill. So this will be the way. See, of one we change it to other. So live, no problem. Live, because this is plural. If it's plural, this is a plural. But if we say one, you have to be singular. So the English you adjust accordingly. So you don't say pan and then stick a. This must be plural. Plural you cannot translate already. So you change accordingly. So in this case, we understand that it's talking about one live in the cave while the other at the foot. No need to mention live anywhere at the foot of the mountain. You see, this is not directly one to one. Cannot match one. I can tell you, cannot match.
Brother Alfred this one while and which and then locative, can it be absolute No, cannot
no need to think until that level lah. No need to.
Okay.
You think until that level. You try to match everything into English. Actually, in Pali there is no. In Pali there is no locative absolute. The locative absolute is basically English grammar. It's an English grammar, because they want to introduce while and when, Because you cannot.
Ekasmin, I saw ekasmin, then papa tapade.
This because in English, we like to use the word when and while, when and while. So in Pali there is no this thing. We introduce it We have to introduce it So when we introduce it, then we come out with an idea to say, okay, this is locative absolute, this is genitive absolute, this is nominative absolute. Because of the English structure, we label it so that you can understand the structure, then you keep on applying the same methodology. So in this case, what methodology I also cannot. So there is no methodology, but I can explain to you one and the other. I use the word comparative because English, you're going to find learn all the comparative. So I say comparative. This is what comparative, TIVE, comparative. So this, whether I'm right or not, but when I say comparative, you should understand. It's complicated, but should be understand. So the difficult word like this is a difficult word, this is the difficult word. The difficult word you have to figure something to. Now I show you another thing. You look at this one. This one is called the terracotta, terracotta. You cannot find a single verb. Can you see? You can find, you can't find any verb. You look at the whole line, you cannot find a verb. No. When you cannot find a verb, still people can translate. See it? See it? Can see? Except maybe this is a PPP, samito. This is not even a verb. No. To samito means from. Look again here. Maybe this is a PPP. Other than that, it's very hard. So it still can be translated. You have to introduce like the verb to be, then you look for like a PPP. You introduce a PPP. Then only you can translate. Not only one. I can show you many of it is like that one. You see, I show you again. See, no verb. This is no verb. This is perhaps this can be a verb. Again, most of the time no verb. This is something is challenging. This part I still haven't mastered how to put the verb to be and how to introduce. So this one I still akan datang lah. Whether I can figure out, then I teach. Otherwise I cannot teach, because if I don't understand how the structure, how can to explain to you? I cannot explain. I say it's like that, and people not interested, man. Like that. It cannot be like that one. Okay. This part also challenging. You can see this part. I put asterisk so that you can take care of it lah. All right. Okay, 97. Okay, the following indeclinables are used correlatively. Correlative. This is correlative. Okay, yatta. That means co is this and this lah. They are not going to stand alone. Yatta and tatta. Yatta, tatta. You will always come as yatta and tatta, because like where the Buddha stayed.
Relative adverb.
You get relative adverb or whatever. Okay, then you see the pair. Yatta, tatta, yava, tawa, yada, tada, yatta, tatta.
Yes.
Okay. Demonstrate. All this is come from a demonstrative now. This is all demonstrated now. This is relative. So it's a pair out. This one, when we learn the Sanskrit, we always use since and then, since and then. Since it rained, then I won't do this. So this is since and then. Then it will be yatta and tata. Since and then yatta, tata. This is also a possibility. As and so on.
Yeah, like Yena and Tena.
This is going to this one's going to be very challenging. Java, Tawa. You cannot put two of them in one sentences. One cannot. You have to omit one of them. I will explain to you later. Okay. So this one you always see in pair one. Okay, yatta. Can you see the word tata? Pair. Okay, pair. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. That means this is called correlative. Relative plus correlative. That means correlation. That means they are interrelated. Right. Okay, here. Okay, now. See, Yatame. Okay, yatame. Okay. This is a compound. Dana, Chedo. Okay, this is supposed to be the subject. Chedo. Okay, ne, hoti. Now this you can see is hoti. So, tata, karisami. Now, here, subject. Can you see this is subject? Chedo. The word chedo is technically is Chedo, technically, if you know, it's the word is cheat lah, but it has more than one meaning. So you will look at the dictionary. Chedo, it has more than one meaning. Jeddah lah. Jeddah. Yeah, one more. Okay. I type something wrong. Oh, okay. I have to type bold, like otherwise one cannot come out. One cannot come out. Dana is well, huh? How come never come out? What happened to it? DHNACHE, correct?
DCHE.
DE.
Double C.
Double C. Okay, double C. Double C. Hey, why cannot type? Double C. Okay. Yeah, better put Jeddah better. Anyway, you can see this this one Can you see this one? Okay, see this one All right. So what I will do I will take this word first This is O
Cancel Dana.
I will take this word because why? You can see the word Jeddah comes from the same word cheat. Right?
Yes.
Okay, that means cheat is cheat, if you look at the word, is cut off or remove. Okay? Remove so that means cut off or remove or ended. So in this case, if you take the word Dana, this dictionary cannot give you all the meaning all the time. You have to figure out the meaning by taking the similar one. So that means Dana is talking about the wealth, the richness. So in this case, you should know that this Dana as well. So in this case, that means cut or end the wealth. Cut or end the wealth. Cut or end the wealth. Cutting, or because this is a noun, cutting or ending of wealth. Okay, so in this case, we should change these two into this loss of wealth. Loss. This word is not loss. So we take the literal meaning of loss of wealth. So this becomes a subject. Since the loss of wealth, can you see na and hote does not. They can see does not be. Technically, it is does not be. So does not be. Okay, can you see the word here? Me, to me. Me. So this is basically the structure. Since loss of wealth does not to me. So the people that speak Pali can understand that, but in English you cannot. You have to put since there is no loss of wealth for me. You see how the whole thing 2 become 4 because 2 is this is become 4 and 2 is the same because this is dative. So this the subject we put in this way because the word there is normally in English there is no. There is no. So this is a structure of English. Remember structure of English. So the structure there is no loss. So even though this is a Pali, this is nominative. When you put into this format, this one becomes the object. This one becomes the object. Don't ask me why it is like that. This becomes the object.
Which one become object?
Loss of wealth become object lah. There is no loss of wealth
loss of wealth. Okay.
Can you see this because this is the English structure. The verb to be here, there is no. It is appear in the beginning of line. This is not the subject. Can you see not? Na uti. Na uti is not the subject. You have to do in this way, but it's very difficult to explain and justify, because if you're going to do your English translation to the Pali, it is going to be hey what, even Pali to English is already is a problem. You can see there is what they call a structural change. This is a structural change, Pali
Yes.
and English. So structural change, you cannot justify everything until this is a format. The format you have to stick. Format you have to stick to the English format. You cannot change the English format, because the English format is like that. This is the English format. This is the English format. This is the Pali format. You get what I mean? Pali format. So that's why we talk about syntax lah. So Pali syntax is like that. So you take it out, something like that. But then it comes to English, it's like that. You cannot help. You cannot help. Now, going to do the next line. The next line is here. So you see I do it. Now, the next line, can you see the word Tata Karisami? Can you see Tata Karisami? Here, this word then. Then is Tata. Then, can you see this is Tata? This is Tata. Then, see then I shall finish already. I shall do. Can you see I shall do? I shall do. The word is ka is do. I shall do. In Pali, I shall do, there is no object mentioned. So I shall do something lah. So I just put an imaginary object for you to see. Subject, object, verb. I shall do something. So in this case, I choose to take the something as I shall take a precaution. The word precaution is not in the thing. You know why I put like that? Okay. There is a loss of wealth due to certain reasons, certain aspect, maybe because I'm careless, so I will take a precaution. Just this is to justify subject, verb, and object. So I put like that. Is it not? Since there is no loss of wealth, then I shall do. No, this whole line I shall do. But here, that I will rephrase it. I shall take precaution. This is not there one. Just add it in for you to see, so that when I do an explanation, it's a lot easy, because then you see I shall sow seed to it. So here you see, literally do it lah. They also change the English grammar, change the Pali. See to it is do it. See to it. This is the one. So see to do it. And then that is taken as what? Tata. That. So I tell you, you different translate.
Sorry, Brother Alfred, you said the yata is that lah. Tata is there. Correct?
No, in this translation. You don't follow.
The yata is what?
So.
Yata. But he said as tata is so. What is that? So. But if we see the page 1 to 9,
don't worry about that. If you want to. Okay. Your problem is you want to justify word to word, English, Pali, everything you will run. You have to take the overall structure. Don't have to be exactly, because.
So, okay.
I shall sow. You understand already?
Okay.
I shall sow, see to it. In English, I shall sow, see to it. You understand already?
Right.
Then you say that. Tata, that there is no loss to my wealth. Can you answer? English is like that. When you structure it, you don't care whether the so first or the that first, but at the end of the day, you get this is one translation, right? One translation. Now, I'm using Tata as since and then, there is another translation. You get what I mean? You understand?
Yeah,
This is
this is English grammar lah.
both also English grammar. Both of
Okay.
them English grammar are correct, but it's just how you present it. So this is yata. This is yata. This is since there is no loss of self, then I shall take precaution. You understand? So both of them is correct. Whether you like this way of translation or you want to like old English, this is old English. Old English, old English is a bit difficult lah. This is old English.
Yeah.
So I think it's simple English so that you read, you can understand. It's up to you. Understand, Difficult English. English is the one difficult, not the Pali. Right. Okay, I take another example. Okay, now you see the word Java. This is Java. So Java is taken is shown here as long as until. Okay, as long as until now. So I put it the whole line there as long. Okay, can you see? Ahang, this is I. Then this is the future tense. I will come. Can you say as long as I shall come in English? Doesn't sound right? Can. As long as I shall come. Sounds awkward, right? You answer yourself lah. Okay, never mind. So this one, that means so let's say you take here. Okay, so what the important part you take this first ahang gamisami, I shall come. Okay, then can you say this one the tawa is the mainly is until can you see tawa is until so this
Until then until then.
Until so what you do, you take the main verb you take the main verb can you see this titahi imperative. Okay, can you see imperative? So we take this word first you may stand here. Can you see this adverb here is adverb that means you may stand here. Okay, so you may stand here, or you can use this word ever. You wait here only. You don't have to use this pattern. You just like this is may is more polite. This you wait here. This is very informal. You understand? Two choice you wait here only. That means you don't have to go anywhere, here only. Then in this case, I shall come. Then instead of using as long as until till, I say till I come, you wait here. you get it? Till I come, you wait here. You get understand? Or you reverse the whole thing. You wait here until I come. That means you're going to change this part. You wait here until I come. So that's why you cannot use two of these together in Pali. These two cannot.
Yeah, the imperative, brother. Imperative.
Throw
second person throw away the you.
Throw away the imperative because in English you may come here, you may stand here. No need. You say you wait here. Gao tim. Understand? Gao tim so you can put either this part. But as long as you can explain as long as you can explain why like that, you wait here till I come.
Yeah. All right.
So you can put in this structure, or the word you only can use one of these. You cannot use too many of these. I put in blue so that is the reason why. If you're going to stick to two of them, two of it, you cannot come up with your translation already.
Yeah.
And so that is what I'm trying to tell you. So okay, as long as you understand the structure, we are good enough. Okay. I will stop before this and we end it because this is too tough for you to digest. You need times to digest. So I continue the next line because here Can you see the still Yava? This is
Mm.
Yava followed by Yada. Okay, Yada. Yada means technically it's going to take when and then. When and then, when, then, since and then. For all this, okay.
Level of time.
Yeah, correct, correct. So here, can you see this one is the whole line I put for you all the one to one lah. This is all one to the when they will dispute. And then the next line, then this is they they will come. This is they will come. Okay, the last one is my power. Me wasang my power. This one after I explain to you. Okay, now see this one in this case there's no problem when they will quarrel, then they will come to my power. Oh, this one they will come to my power. Technically it means when you quarrel, they that means they will come to you control them. You can see you can see up. We'll go to this first a hinti a hinti can you see a hinti a hinti a hinti. I think it comes from the word is 80. E is to go. R plus D 80. So technically a hinti. So what you can do is you take this conjugation. See anything you can find. Can you see this is the one? A hinti is a future tense, third person. Plural, plural. So a hinti means they, refer to they will. This one is easy to identify because SSA is future tense. Like that one you cannot see.
Yeah.
And this one you cannot see. So you
Mm.
have to verify using your dictionary. Okay, that means they will come. Okay. So this is may is should be genetic my power. Okay. Because this is subject verb object, they will come to my power, which means that when they quarrel, that means you control them. Divide and rule. Divide and the rule. You see the English. They will. You see, they change again. They you see, they don't put when and then. They will come under my power when they only use one of that. One only. This is the typical English structure. They will come under my power when they they will begin to dispute on themselves. So this is a typical English grammar structure. They use exactly like that. So the arrangement has no problem. But remember, English grammar structure. This is one of them that is correct. This is one of fantastic. This is really learning English and learning Pali. Actually, basically, is learning English. Yeah. So this is English grammar. This is a nice way of putting it.
But Brother Alfred, sorry, but the English there they translate with then and when sui sui
The then is omitted already. It's just
or bracket optional.
bracket means you don't have to use it anymore in English.
Okay.
Throw it away already. Throw it away. They will come. They will then come. No need already. English is you do when you use this manner is understood. But if you're going to use the then, you have to follow this structure. When and then. When they quarrel, then this structure can. But you will replace using the typical old English grammar. It will be in this format. This format. So English grammar is old format. This is old format. Old English. Okay. Okay. All this is more perfect lah. Now this is the last one. Yata, you can see the yata. Yata is where and then there. And you are not going to say where and there one. No, I can tell you. You see, yata. Bhagawa, this is the subject. Okay. Now here, where the Blessed One. Okay, here, can you see? This is the verb, preach Dhamma. Okay. Then this is also a subject. And the big crowd assemble there. Okay. Technically, technically, this is assembled there. It's not refers to the big crowd. It's where the Blessed One preached the Dhamma. This is here where the Blessed One was at certain place. This is Yata Tata refers to where the place where the Buddha was teaching. Where and there. So they never use there. You just where the Buddha was. So I got to insert here. Was was is it refers to there. This was is not refers to was. Was where the Buddha was. It means at the place where the Buddha is. So this means that way. They preach the Dhamma, big crowd assemble. So the there is not going to be here. But however, when you redo, it may appear that there is here where the Buddha preached the Dhamma, the big crowd assemble. There also can, but this one should be here. Okay, I think I finished. So there will be no section 2 here. Comma. Okay, any other question? If no, we'll stop for the day. We'll continue tomorrow. Who is coming tomorrow? Who is attending tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow can.